Hi there, fellow physical media enthusiasts. Welcome to the Disc Vault again. Let's pull out one of these DVDs from the vault shelf, and today, it's no surprise, it's in the title. This is what we're going to have a look at. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Disc Vault. And today I've pulled out from the shelves an absolute masterpiece, a lovely, beautiful gem to watch, a science fiction thriller action movie, I, Robot, which came out in 2004. Obviously starring Will Smith. Will Smith just makes some great movies, especially in this kind of genre, you know, and this is up there with all of his best work that he's done. It was also directed by someone called Alex Proyas, and he's actually an Australian. And he's done a wonderful job. A couple of movies you've obviously heard of. The Crow, that was something he directed. And another awesome movie, which I loved, I hope to be doing a review of soon, is Dark City. Now, the DVD copy I have, I'm not sure where I picked this one up, but this is in actual NTSC format. In Australia, where I am, most of our videos, most of our DVDs are in PAL. Same with the UK and a lot of Europe. The US mainly uses NTSC, so I'm not sure where I got this. It's a lot. It says it's made in Hong Kong, and there's Chinese writing on the bottom here. It would have been in a bulk lot somewhere. I'm glad I've got it, and I'll tell you why else I'm glad I've got it. Is because this copy I have here is actually got a cardboard sleeve on it. So we've got the cardboard sleeve and we've got the disc here. And I'll just open this up and show you a little bit inside the disc. What we have, we've got the chapters on the inside here. We've got some nice little artwork and graphic work on the inside. We've got the disc with the movie on it. And then also we've got our disc too, with our bonus features. So that's wonderful. I love this extra content that we have with physical media. It's one of the highlights, I think, of anyone that collects physical media, having all that bonus features. And this disc definitely doesn't disappoint on that front. So just a brief synopsis of the story. There may be a few spoilers here. If you haven't seen the movie, please accept that. And if you need to come back to this video, do that. I try not to go and ruin anything too much, but slight spoilers. Okay, so Will Smith is a detective. He gets called to what seems like a suicide in a large technological facility, and which is owned by like the richest man in the world who makes robots. And so being the good detective he is, he goes on this journey to try and investigate what's happened to this person who it looks like may have committed suicide. And that story then takes us into the world of these robots and how they're made and what their purposes are for. And it's a very kind of twisting and turning story. However, it's paced ever so well. It constantly keeps you on the edge of your seat. There's always action. There's always something to be intrigued by. And as the story progresses, we find out why the person has died, who has killed the person. And there's a lot of sort of artificial intelligence overriding themes in this movie, which is really poignant for today. Even though it was made 20 odd years ago now, it kind of seems just as apt today as it was back then. The world it's set in is 2035, which is only 9 years away from where we're at now, which is quite incredible. The character Will Smith plays as well, he's a bit of a technophobe. He doesn't really like this world with all these robots, and he feels it's gone a little bit too far in artificial intelligence, and you know, it kind of, there's some real kind of eerie echoes to today that, you know, are where we're at nearly, and probably in 9 years' time we definitely will be at. So a couple of points about this world in 2035. I just love these little details as well. Is that there's a scene where Will Smith goes and has a beer with his police chief mate, and he pays for the beers, and two beers comes to $46.50, and I think, yeah, that's kind of nearly where we're at. So they got that element right. But even just the cars, I like the cars. I like the world that they've created. A lot of it is green screen, but it still looks fantastic, man. I don't know if maybe on a 4K disc some of the CGI might show up as being a little bit older now. But on the DVD, I felt it was fine. I enjoyed the movie. The close-up shots of the actors and sort of close-in scenes, they look very good on this DVD. Where DVD does sometimes let itself down, and this does a little bit, is on those wide shots or where there's a lot of action. Sometimes that can look a little bit too grainy, you know. Now I don't mind a bit of softness and a bit of grain to my movie anyway, because that was the era in which I was brought up with watching movies. I mean, we used to watch them on VHS, well, Betamax actually, before VHS, and obviously with DVDs. So the razor sharp image, it's lovely to have. However, for me, it doesn't make or break a story or a great evening watching a movie. And yeah, but so just there are those elements with this DVD. It looks absolutely awesome, tight in face shots. It looks incredible. On the wide shots, it does let itself down a little bit. So just be aware of that when you do watch it. The sound is good. 5.1. I think this is in DTS, and I think you've got Dolby Digital, so you can choose. And yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic. There's a funny little section in this movie as well, where Will Smith has like a lady come over to his apartment, and she tries to make the hi-fi play. So she talks to it, play music, and it won't play because he's sort of, you know, a bit old-fashioned. He wears his 2004 Converse shoes, and yeah, and he puts the remote on and presses play on his CD player, which obviously in 2035 will be really old. But he likes his physical media, does Detective Spooner. So he's a physical media enthusiast as well, which is a good little angle. You have audio commentaries from the director, producers and special effects people, also the composer of the musical score. So you've got different choice of commentaries, which is really good. On the second disc, on the bonus disc, you also have, you know, a lot of how it's made. You have an interesting little chat with the screenwriter and how he drew inspiration from different books and different kind of robot themes. That was a very interesting part. Another interesting part I also enjoyed was the watching the actors, how they interacted with like the green screens and different other actors who were playing the robots in green suits. So that was interesting as well. So yeah, there's a lot of bonus features on here, and you know, that's something I really enjoy about physical media, and maybe you do too. So yeah, there's definitely a lot on here to sink your teeth into and enjoy. Who's this movie for? I would say it's for anyone who loves an action movie, but particularly with a science fiction kind of theme to it. Although, yeah, like I say, I think we're actually almost becoming science fact with some of these things, and this movie touches on such a lot, which is kind of very eerily close to where we're at. And yeah, so if you like action, also it's got a very intriguing story though. And, you know, I would almost call it a thriller, you know, thriller slash action slash sci-fi. It's kind of crosses over into all of those things. And if you've never seen it, I think it's one of those movies that you should see. I think it's something that you know, you need to cross off your list. If you've already seen it, I think a rewatch is always good. There's lots of layers within this movie that I think you'll spot something that perhaps you didn't spot last time. So that's my brief review of this DVD, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop us a like, a subscribe. I hope to do much more of this content. I enjoy my movies, I enjoy talking about movies, and if it's something that you quite enjoy as well, yeah, definitely drop us a like. That would be much appreciated. Anyway, that sort of sums up iRobot, this great 2004 movie. I hope you get a chance to see it sometime. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed watching it again, and until the next time, I will see you then.